Everybody, it's George from BW Unlimited Charity Fundraising. Check out our website at www.bwunlimited.com, like in the old days, www.bwunlimited.com. Today, we're going to talk about the number one thing that is still a problem today, and it's been a problem for a long time. This video blog is inspired by another friend of mine, Trevor and Jason, who did a webinar saying the exact same thing. I listened to it and I thought, well, I'm going to talk about it because I'm going to talk about it from my end and what I see. The number one problem is charities are scared to death to step out of their comfort zone. They are scared to risk, scared to death to take a risk. Now, I want you to remember this. There's an old saying that says, the rich people get richer and the poor stay poor. Well, the reason why that is because wealthy people are not afraid to risk. They're not afraid to take a chance, where people who don't have much money that they can risk or take a chance don't ever do it. Okay, so the mindset, correct me if I'm wrong, the mindset is with charities today is everything's got to be free, right? Free food, free beer or liquor, free venue, free stuff, auction items, free auctioneer, or somebody come up and actually act like an auctioneer, for everything free. But the reality of it is that is not the way to go. They're scared to death. In fact, this just recently happened where a charity called me and said, hey, this is what we've got. We've got 1,200 people coming. Come to our event. It's a black tie event. $150 a person. Now, do the math. 1,200 people times $150 a person. That's $180,000. But at the end of the day, they only netted or profited, it's what's called, profited $75,000. So in reality, $180,000, somewhere $105,000 didn't show up to the game. So they called, they asked for my help, and I said, sure, I'll come and help you, and this is what I'll do. I'll do this, I'll do that. Well, they didn't want to take the risk. They didn't want to step out of the comfort zone and let me come in and help them. They didn't want to make the changes that was the reality of it, and they didn't want to accept their own failure. That is the other problem, accepting their own failure. One of the things that happens today is this, is that they're all, what they want to do is they want to look at what they did, look at their success or how much money they made. We'll say $75,000. And they want to say, oh, we did $75,000. Great job, everybody. Woo-hoo, woo, high-fiving, and then head up the road. Well, I'm going to teach you guys a lesson. If you're out there in charity land, if you're out there in charity land, here is the reality of it. In fact, the machine that is Ducks Unlimited, Rocky Mountain Up Foundation, all these charities, they know this. Now, do you? Here's what it is. The beginning, write this down. Trevor, Jason, if you're watching this, write this down. The beginning of successful fundraising, that these employees of these huge charities are held accountable, held to this standard, is $100 a head net. So, say these events happen. There's 300 people. They should do $100 a head net, means they should be netting at the very least $30,000. That's when the regional director is no longer in trouble. So if they made $30,000 profit at the end of the day with their 300 people, they're okay. So where should they be at $1,200? $100 a head net. Duh. $120,000. But this charity was $75,000. $50,000 less than where they should have been. They were scared to death, absolutely positively scared to death, to take a chance and to say, we got a problem here. Because what are they doing? They're staring forward. They got their blinders on. They're staring forward. They're not looking back. The issue is this. Because they're so scared to risk, so scared to change things, it's that definition of insanity, repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over, expecting different results. They didn't want to make the change. They didn't want to bring us in, and they didn't want to bring our team in. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. And then they said, well, we don't want to do that. Can we have auction items? And I said, no. And the reason why is because you're not going to use them correctly. And then you're going to blame it on us. No, I don't want to give you auction items. You got to make a global change in order to make money. I mean, they should be making, with that many people, good Lord, we're hitting at about 1.8 to 3 to 4 times the national norm. So they should be making $500,000 with that many people. So they're just continuing what they're doing and doing the same thing. And if you're doing the same thing, I want you to test yourself. To you fundraisers, to the fundraisers out there, I don't care. Look, large or small, we help them all. So test yourself. The last fundraiser you did, the last event that you did it, how many guests did you have? And did it, at the end of the day, profit $100 a head net? That's the way we say it in Maryland, $100. So $100 a head net. Did it do it? No. And the reason why is broken spoke fundraising. Write that down. Go ahead, write it down. George said broken spoke fundraising. What is a broken spoke? Well, like on a bicycle, all the spokes that are on a bike. Well, when one of the spokes, those little stick things, breaks, the wheel gets weaker. What happens is this is classic. Because charities are afraid to change things. They want to do things that everybody else is doing, so this is what they do. They go to a fundraising event down the road, and they go to there, Johnny Sue Rotten Crotch's fundraiser, and they go there and they say, oh, this is a good one, and they've got 50-50 raffles and money wheels, and this is what they do in Maryland. I don't know what they do anywhere else, but yes, I do actually, but this is one they do in Maryland. So they come back, and they don't even know if that event was successful or not. So they come back and they try to duplicate it. So they duplicate it and they miss something. There's the broken spoke. They miss something. So now their event is less and less and less. What they don't know is, was that event that we saw, was it successful or not? They never ask. They don't ever go back and say, hey, to Sally Sue, was your event was it a success or not? They don't do it. They just come back and they repeat the same thing. Like, why in the world would you ever do a raffle at a fundraising event that gives away money as a prize? Think about that for a minute. You're working your butt off and you're giving money as away as a prize. And don't give me that. Don't say, George, they always give the money. They always donate the money back. Bullshit. No, they don't. They do not do it. It happens. I see it all the time. I can give you an old story. If you ever want to hear my old story about something I saw personally happen, it doesn't happen. So no, they don't happen. They don't give the money back. So the crazy thing is like, why do they plan? They plan this event, their fundraising events. And because they're so scared to step out of their little circle, they make decisions that are bad when it comes to actually doing the fundraising part. That's what they do. And then the classic is auctioneers all over the country. Please comment below if you watch this. There are incredible auctioneers all over the country. Yes, do they want to be paid? Yes, because they're professionals. They're the best in the business, like Scotty Gibbs, Scotty Gibbs, Mark West, Mickey Pickering, the Phelps crew. There's a lot of incredible auctioneers all over the country. Charity auctioneers. These are professionals. They're the best in the business. That's who you need, because they're professional fundraisers. Guys like myself, we're professional fundraisers, but they don't bring us in. What they'll do is they'll get John down the road who will come and act like he's an auctioneer. He doesn't know what he's doing. Would you want somebody guessing on how to do your surgery? You need a professional to come in to make you a bunch of money. So the problem, and that also means hiring us, having us come in and get auction items like this, and they don't ever want to try it, and they say, oh, it's not free. I don't want to do it. That guy, George Wooden, he's making a lot of money. Yeah, okay. We're not even going to hit on that. Guys, charities, you got to step out of your comfort zone. You got to get out of it. Like when I started this company a long time ago, I retired from the Maryland State Police. I should have went back into some law enforcement thing. There's my trooper statue. Some law enforcement thing. What did I do? I started a company. Nobody ever in my family has ever had their own company ever before. They've all watched the clock. You got to try new things. New things spell success. Step out of your comfort zone. I'm George. If I can give you a hand, give me a call. Send me a message. We'll see you next time. Remember, step out of your comfort zone. www.bwunlimited.com. Check us out. Bye-bye.